Mami call line so na me lawyer kese baako enim komo ye lawyer Osei Barimah etwetwe enkomo ena no pay radio 105.7 opani patro me cheche o
yeah DJ Slim what patron aboko there.
Oh David lawyer una also come patro say
DJ Slim, you said the contribution that you've made to the music industry, especially people from Kumasi now. At least I said the DJ Seno, the man. It's the four boss name the question.
One we post cost ropa. One post cost was Musa yani humu yani sukakra.
Oh, so bien. Juma na yeye na. You have to also.
Muntadi na nkesi ehu. Matadi ni ehu.
Ole DJ Slim also tuna mic next year. Obe ka say the DJ hu ba also fan no ma bebo.
Ene chane ni ade ni nyina say ya na me MC kakra but ntimi nka. Okay, ena no pay ya ba waso ya. Boko am say nsensema ekoso social media about to wiase about Black Sherif and the management issue na enra who say rate of summons be aba no krasi me sure samanfo bebreti e na no pay ko munima de kro. There was also another sheet that was attached to it and it say some application for injunction and so eka ho na nsensema na wachiri ne yenheda ntiase yi nti we de waye lawyer na nke na no pay nka uche be 3 minutes bia nanka uchirichiri mu kakra ma yeti ase ya se den sane ma na ehuhu ina ekire sei
DJ once before I question no better say share artist contract mu kakra and I'm the lawyer for Amanda Bernard here but say artist contract now in so kakra
fantastic
offer a contract I demand the divisions na dos mostly every artist or up and coming now I know one company management dada obi on road manager and sana obi aba as a financier or not is an investor or dinisika e baby room now anytime an investor and a financier comes into an ongoing management muna na you define roles me you define one hour management and now work that no role they say because most of the old managers now on only the content which you could keep it amount the more be now prepare your mind to meet a certain criteria rhyme rhythm content but aside that taking it and making the content commercial to appeal to the people no and most people don't have that secondary eye for their artists in the manager nebema on only role and kata financier and say he's plugging in the money and also plugging in the network so that the content that you built are catching an eye as a marketer and as an investor. No? Means making your market to appeal to the people of most of the amamenya investment back. And we see the artist as a product. And so it is a role obi abem say over the marketing amane do a level everybody will be interested in buying the product so that the money that I've invested in would also I'll get some return on it.
Okay.
And so share the contract nankasa it's shame be brave. We define the roles. Old manager now what is your role? Road manager now onam now plug saba or plug interviews so plug TV, radio, commercial views what is your role? But the most important thing is sharing of funds. The sharing of funds are mostly for the contract that I've drafted. You divide them into their 4. Okay. We have the investor quota.
Investor quota.
The investor quota. Maybe 500,000 cities, maybe 100,000 about the share artist. So that's a okubosho no 10,000. Maybe you say in room. Some of the investors prefer say I'll take 60% of the money. Yeah, the 20% but which near the 20 ama artist nankasa. And only a going concern. The other two chain say if you are not you are behind time, the clothesline, the Noma or academy studio building now. Let me take in 60 we are 40 now can be move 20 they are two actually. So they are say artist ne dance the mami yeska and I say what's your money schedule Yashim Biaman.
Okay.
Some contracts also prefer then monthly allowance.
Okay.
At least we are you have access to our studio. We'll give you a monthly allowance. It could be a piano, and only it belongs to the record label.
Okay.
I say we are for Jum, and I say no company number for Jum. We come and show the Papa Baba there, and only a mimisika.
Okay.
One more show I make you and to Bush the money aspect also belongs to me.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe also say aside the quota system now, much 60-40, 30, 70-20, 10, even crying 40-60, even also crying okay, even though I've invested no, it's actually a long term in the next 2-3 years no. We are plugging it back into the business and projecting the artist more.
Mm-hmm.
So that in the next 4-5 years, our contract then I'll recoup all my investment that I've done already in it.
Fantastic.
And then the contract also talked about departure clause. Masai Mabedena, Masai Black Sherif. So, would be 3 years more per so far, and also will be per so betona. I the football, so the artist is just like any other art industry. Will be per so betona. What is the clause and edition say? Si the pakone about the uniform, but the 100,000 is shema. And then, the customer may be to Nitiswa, to Nipakona in Tria, fan. You understand? And then there's also an intellectual property aspect in it. As is now my sign on a ceramical or a product. So when you be aside the music, where you want to have a sign, it's all my commercial, mommy. They no travel at all. About on your commercial deal, mommy. What are some of the clauses and editions? You cannot end the mainstream music. Additional music no. What are the clauses that needs to be in it? But the most important one is intellectual property law. Say if you are say on the portfolio too, I know say you've done this music business for been in the industry for quite a long time. Mostly content now more than Kazati.
Yeah.
And the whole time they are the DJ to more than 200,000 CDs per shame. But all women who advise or connections or plug, you know, that also needs to be quantified.
Of course.
So that any 200,000 citizens am dia shame. No more adwena me dey tawochi. Content am dey bro say koye yetensem. Content am dey bro say obi etia on as we dey also otia ni bi. Me dey kwa share DJ Slim, me dey ma MC portfolio, me dey kwa join group we be feature amount. Those also needs to be quantified. No matter more an intellectual thing.
Yeah.
That needs also be part of the contract. And the artist contract instead of an ordinary contract of commerce, I'll be in a class. You understand? And the natural women in the area. Now let's come to Black Coast issue. I know that Black Coast was formerly under a management.
Yes.
And then one person came in as a financier. And I have not seen the contract which both parties signed. But at a point we all realized that there was some HSB we are breaching contract. No matter now comes to where say ideally, you know, if all these things I'm mentioning now was there a division of funds at artist no show bar, she cannot say no what is channel. But when you have the departure clause,
okay,
what was the termination clauses in the agreement? Then a party is a can say maybe 500,000 show me, maybe 1 million cedis a show me. So 1 million cedis a media show me. So big back no babe our part. I wasn't performing there 5 million. And without that I'll see you for breach of contract. A part is in As I said, I'm not privy to contract or contract,
okay.
And but I'll share the rate of sermons now, but now clearly a breach of contract. But I could say on the back agreement or one label unknown to him no. He goes ahead to sign another record label with another person. And so to the financier, no, to him the contract hasn't been terminated. And once you are under my label, once you've not paid me the departure clause, no, activating, no, then you cannot leave. And I don't know the other partner here, Black women, so almost also because I'm yet to see the rates and the portfolio firm in here. And it is just a general overview of the kind of thing that goes into artist contract and the things which we should also see. But care should also be taken, say, mostly mostly when you sign artists and then they get to a certain level, Sometimes when you be or Ben Matia, this is not to say that will be men or what, but generally it happens. Say 2-year boy and a 5-year boy, say we pay. And as they go, the expectations, their obligations and expenses also increase. So at the point one may want to also renegotiate the contract. One may also take a position. It happens with football players.
Yeah.
It's not a big money, but sometimes the Lissima or both battle money and not own co training, some force out their deal out. You understand? And the two issues are banning. Say one, there's a rate of 7. Bako the abate or no do a contract. Now while they are in the contract, Bako after an achieve another deal. And so injunction e kahono. Injunction na. Injunction
because it's a lawyer in TSA. Injunction or say omoko court and sana you approve injunction na see we know cause injunction take effect.
Who's the date na court notice na so the date for the injunction no 9th May. But there is also another proposition of the law say injunction the main purpose na say adie bi ba bisi into court no embrano na wa manen answer. You understand? It prevents an incident which is upcoming. Let's say anobika.
Okay.
So there are two notions to this legal proposition. If you say immediately, the people never say no now. In so you be there until say court next year no normally determination. And maybe also so another notion so to say until the matter is heard, there's no injunction. And then there is purely legal argument. You understand?
Okay.
But also there Shadrach, a jail who has one. Or to know injunction as unprevented Black Sherif, the agent may assign from performing at events. So until say a bit matter, and it's a black Kobo show baby. You open on. And I say, all in times when the agreement. Any person without say or back Shadrach no, because to him he has an agreement with Sherry. Now the next one so let's say or say impossible sure he can't hear the Bambiano and it's a chiamo bia. I get a court to no appoint a receiver, your court administrator say asemu edda adibi edi revenue generation but court to me appoint a receiver na ye diskana mano. Ye can't send me via. I can make up a task as any community and I'm here and 9 Senedia. I was a she can't be a yeji. Then you can't send me via the what the man near the man. And I'll say so I say ocean online streaming KTTR bay any idea. She can be a crew from Biano. All funds that have accrued to the defendants from online streaming platforms and other revenue sources meaning so. And also some court and preserve it. More or less like any different kind of movie until say a cast and name. Oh, you understand? But it means until the court hears both arguments, we can't say it's effective. Okay. You understand? And may what the little advice they say the guy is a young chap, the guy is a brilliant young talent that has erupted the musical scene. I believe say these things, there can be some kind of alternate dispute resolution, or one can sort out their differences without even letting it get to that point. And there's also an advice that Newman mentioned in the summary of artist management, if clearly and indeed it was drafted, taking all these things into consideration, they shouldn't have gotten this far.
Oh, okay. Open with a nano pay at ACP, but before our economy, person ye sisu jina depend a war assassin wimu. Meaning, say, whatever injunction be ana Shadrach pre se onensa ebekano. En sisi ameno kasedi enyantiki effect.
And then there are two schools of thought. To me, I think it hasn't taken any effect until the 9th May now. The court will hear the matter and give a final determination on it.
Okay. na se 77 pedu asase si se abrante no ye na adwen se wo kwa akobɔ show bi ana se o kwa akoye event bi a emra no ekasen e wo ho
eno dey do ya the last advice
the last advice sa abrante baby e kika ko ndie oto bo ase aka beboa
do ya the last advice
opanye na no pay da se enim se wo court na wo jim reka krabi ni edi nkomo ye ni agipa se
but opinion so anytime dia so am behind dia no mama me try it I gladly give an opinion.
Nice one. Lawyer Osei Barimah and the twin nkomo oye amrado lawyer and Osei oye also lawyer na
I'm a lawyer no personal lawyer no
you almost travel and tour for special lawyer.
Na say tino we on say amrado say ne Black Sherif for abotre nti me nima abotre e say abotre no Black Sherif amrado perform me partner
abotre mama
abotre pa was say we dey go
it lawyer say amrado ko perform me abotre ne partner ko to the partner cry service consult betimi ni na ya
no okay I mean and also so no there's other schools of thought on the music itself belongs to amrado.
Okay.
Black Sherif featured in it.
Oh, okay.
And unless it is a partnership deal where there's a quota that goes, but wholly own a song, regardless of somebody's voice on it, doesn't yes.
Opinion no pay dasi se oje break akade di nkomo ye dasi. Nice one. Lawyer Osei
moi omenya ko so omo bu omo a omo an kata se